Housing markets are the most affected sector of the economy when interest rates are rising. And so it's to no surprise that many housing markets are now suffering. Canada's is particularly vulnerable due to especially high household debt and especially poor housing affordability. And going into the pandemic, affordability wasn't great. It got worse as prices soared through the pandemic and has since become even worse as mortgage rates have more recently risen. We've accordingly seen weakness manifest. And so housing resales in Canada have been falling, and plans to build are beginning to ebb, and home prices are in outright decline. And to the extent the economy is likely to weaken over the next year, that would argue for further housing weakness again. To be sure, Canada is planning big immigration numbers in a way that should provide an undercurrent of support for housing demand. It is fair to say there are significant supply constraints on housing with greenbelts and zoning rules and things that, again, suggest that home prices don't need to fully retrace. But nevertheless, from a home price perspective, we think there is likely further to fall. We've seen about a 10% decline in national home prices so far. We're assuming 20 to 25% is a reasonable cumulative decline, so about half done. I will admit there is huge uncertainty around that prediction. There was, for example, been some stabilization recently. Maybe a best case scenario was that was it. But 20 to 25% decline isn't that much relative to the price increases that occurred earlier in the pandemic. It's not that much relative to the affordability mismatch that's in place right now, let alone given that mortgage rates are higher than normal. And so we're predicting some further weakness. It is likely to remain a source of softness for the economy in general, though I should emphasize not in a way that induces significant financial market stress. Canadian mortgage market rules are such that a reprise of a 2008 type of experience seems quite unlikely at this point.